There we go. What's up, my man?
Not too much, you?
Just living the dream in my garage. In my
Yeah.
garage. When I talk to Ed the Sock, he's like, "Are you in a shed? Like, did you kill some people?" I'm like, "No, man. I'm just hanging out in my garage like a good Canadian boy does."
It kind of looks like a shed, but
Yeah. Well, if you like, there's my tools and
oh,
stuff.
there you go.
It's not as cool as yours, but it's a good start.
Yeah, I don't get any service down in my shop. I've tried going live down there several times, and I usually get a good following going and watching, and then all of a sudden, as soon as it drops off right away, everyone just hops off. They're like, "Fuck this."
Yeah. No, I know. That's how it goes, right? So, dude, uh, I just want to say I love your content. It puts a smile on my face on days where I'm just not having a good day, and I love seeing that kind of stuff. And
Thanks.
you come across as such a genuine, nice dude, and I love to see that. Especially when I first found you, I'm like, "Is this guy Canadian?" And I like kind of like tried to pick up on the signs. I'm like, "He is." Yes, one
Yeah,
for
thanks,
us.
man. I appreciate it. I, I love hearing like I get that a lot. Like I get a lot of messages from guys like, "Hey, I had a shitty day, and then your video popped up and it cheered me up." Like I love hearing stories like that, and I mean that's kind of why I keep doing it, right? Like it's cheering people up. It gives them something to laugh about, and
Yeah.
um, I don't know. I get a lot of hate on some of it too, but
Dude, it
I don't.
comes with the territory. You're always going
Yeah.
to get hate. And I mean, especially with someone like, I mean, it must be extreme to get so much attention in such a short amount of time where it comes towards you like a tidal wave. People want to talk to you, people want
Oh,
things from you, they want a photo with you. I'm sure it's very overwhelming. You went from like, I remember when you got like 1 million followers and you were celebrating it. Next thing I know, you're at like two. Like,
yeah. Yeah, it has been a bit overwhelming, like just like stuff on the backside that people don't see, right? Like the emails that we're getting is unreal. Like even our merch store, like as soon as we hit 2 million followers, our merch store just absolutely blew up. We sold out of fucking everything.
yeah.
Um my wife's packing orders right now. We have I think like 90 orders to go out tomorrow. It's awesome. It's great, and it's a great opportunity. Like I'm getting to do some things that I wouldn't otherwise get to do.
Yeah.
um but yeah, like when we hit 1 million, we were up at a hockey game, and since that, like it was just one or two videos that like I was at 1.2, 1.3 for a while, and I put out, I can't remember which video it was, but like I got 800,000 followers from that one video, and it was just like, whoa. It was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, I mean, my channel obviously I'm at like 26,000, so I'm not even touching you. But when I had one video that hit like 1.5 million within like a few days, and just like seeing my screen change and just like pop, 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 it like gets your heart going. It's like
Oh
I
yeah.
feel like I have to answer these people that are like messaging me. Like it's very overwhelming. So I
Oh,
applaud
for
you for
sure.
being able to take that on. And I imagine the e-commerce business side of things, like, do you have a background in e-commerce?
I i keep telling people I'm just a stupid welder, right? Like I'm not very tech savvy. Like we started this TikTok page like a lot of people, bored during COVID, and like we just started watching TikTok.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I mean, I don't play around in the filters. Like I just finally downloaded what was it, CapCut
Right.
app,
Yeah.
so that I can bleep out. So it took me literally probably 2 hours to figure out how to separate the audio from the video so that I could cut out the swear words in it,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
we're posting, so our YouTube are trying to post as no swears, and so we're bleeping them out. And I mean, trying to figure that out is just, but we're getting there.
The learning curve. So I imagine your wife is taking care of a lot of the e-commerce side of thing and the merch store, because I run an e-commerce store as well, and there's a lot to learn. Setting
Oh
things
yeah.
up, who your supplier is going to be, how many of
Yeah.
an item you have to have, or like, what's good. It's a lot on your plate. So, and the merch is tasteful, dude. I love the logo that I think you mentioned she came up with it, the fuck sake
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
That
She came up with everything. Like
everything.
if it wasn't for her, like I wouldn't be doing lives. I wouldn't have merch. Like we had a lot of people asking for it, and we started out with drop shipping, which absolutely sucked because it was 4 to 6 weeks people were waiting, and
Yeah.
then the quality just was terrible. So then yeah, she started doing all the research. Like I told her, I said I don't have time for it with my business. I don't, like, when I get done work I want to put my feet up and relax.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it's almost replaced her other job that she was doing. So it's but it keeps her super busy. Like she's replying to everyone on Facebook, the Facebook messages. It's crazy what she's
I,
doing.
I imagine she replied to me first, right?
No, I replied to
Nice,
no.
nice.
Yeah, so everything on TikTok and Instagram I take care of, but so Facebook, and then like all the merch, emails, that's her baby.
Nice. Well, I appreciate you responding back to me.
You bet.
So I have a few questions about some of your videos that you've done. One
Yep.
of them being, I think the first time I saw you was the lighter in the doorway where it like
Yeah.
sticks. That was how I found you. And then when I saw the Impala one, I think that's the one that grabbed me, where you took the dry erase on your Impala. You took a Sharpie and then used the dry erase. My question is, if that Sharpie didn't come off, did you have a backup plan?
Not really.
No.
I would have hopped on, like, so when I seen that video, and I was like, okay, well, we got to try it. And kind of in the back of my head, because that car was just painted last summer.
Right, you
And
mentioned that in that, which adds to
yeah,
the suspense of it.
so yeah, if it didn't work, it was gonna be hopping back and looking for another solution, right? So, and it would have it would have turned into another video. But it was the same thing with the spray paint one with the WD-40.
Yep.
That one, like the truck I tested that on, we call that truck Frank, just because it's about 8 different trucks put together. Every body
Right.
panel is a different color, so I wasn't too concerned if it didn't come off, but I was really hoping it would.
Yeah, I bet. I bet.
Yeah,
That was great. The one was blown away by was the in the truck, the pedals that go up and down, the button for the pedals.
yeah,
Like, who knew that was the thing?
yeah. Well, the one truck I had, I thought that it had it, but yeah, and then you check. It's a lot of it's common sense stuff, right? Like, and that's what I get a lot of hate on is, oh, that's common sense, or oh, you didn't know that, you're stupid. I'm like, well, it's not that I didn't know it, it's that I didn't think about it, right?
Yeah.
Um, there's lots of videos that I've done that it's you just don't think about it, and then you see someone do it and you're like, well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And so you do it, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, you're not going to sit and evaluate every certain scenario that you could possibly think of how people are going to perceive this, or else you'll just be like, you'll just never do it. It's like, oh, people are going to think this, so I'm not going to try this, and it's
Yeah.
just it is hard to block out the noise. Luckily, I don't get too much hate, but I mean, like anyone who's blown up on the internet, like definitely gets it. I mean, like all the big stars, and everyone wants to rag on the people that are doing great. So if anything, it's an amazing thing, but it's obviously a very overwhelming thing. But yeah, I love the style of your videos, and I love the rawness of your videos, especially.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Um, so I gotta say, do you still clean your bathroom like the soap scum with WD-40? Does it still smell nice in there, or your wife was like,
No, my wife told me to stop doing that.
but you did do it for a while.
Yeah, I tried it. It worked, but she was like, "I'll take care of it. I'll clean." I'm like, "Okay, that's fine."
Okay, but I don't want to see any soap scum.
Yeah.
Um, the Bush Light and the Captain Morgan's one that actually tastes like chocolate milk.
So to me, it has that flavor,
Okay.
and I had I had a guy send me a message, and he ripped into me, like you mother, like I don't know if you care if I swear on here or not,
No,
but
I
like
don't
you
know.
motherfucker, like you fucking lied. It doesn't taste like chocolate milk, and he's like, I'm following you. I wasted a shot of Captain Morgan's and this and that. And I don't know if he actually unfollowed me or not, but
Because you
no,
have too many
it
people that
was
you can't keep track of it anyways.
yeah. Well, and I should have actually made a video out of it because the last guy that commented he was unfollowing me, I posted a video about like a pity video about it,
Yeah.
and that got me like another. I think that video brought in like 20,000 followers. So it was like
Yeah.
you
It's
got
like,
to take the hate with the good, right? But
oh
yeah,
yeah.
I don't know. Everyone's got different taste buds, and to me, it tasted kind of like chocolate milk. So
Yeah. The initial taste, it's not chocolate milk, but you're like, okay,
yeah,
I can see how that's like, if you went to a bar and they say this is the chocolate milk, you'd be like, okay, yeah, that kind of does taste like it. It's obviously
yeah,
alcohol.
yeah, exactly.
um, so out of your 2.3 million followers, I think that's where you're at now, give or take.
Yeah.
Who's the most notable people that follow you?
Um. So I got Party Shirt is following me.
Okay.
Justin Danger Nunley.
Okay. I think I've heard of them.
Um. Yeah. So Justin's the so he does stitches and then he jumps in and listen. Did you know? And then gives you
Oh,
some
okay. Yeah. Yeah.
random
Yeah.
fact. Who else? I don't know. I got some really cool people that follow me. Um, I can't think of them off the top of my
It's too much.
head, but
Putting you on the spot. No, it's all good. Um, I like to obviously ask about Canadian things. So like, who's your favorite Canadian band right now?
oh, I don't even know. Um, I don't know, man. Like so like this summer we worked with Gord Bamford a little bit,
Yeah, yeah, I saw that one.
and I got to go to one of his concerts, and that man can rock. Like he puts on a hell of a show. Like if I had to say my favorite rate, like he's the top of it. I just went to his concert. It was awesome.
Great
Um,
experience.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't really listen to a whole bunch of music.
Yeah.
Um,
Not in the shop.
well, in the shop, I listen mostly to podcasts now. Yeah,
What
I
kind of
just
podcast? What kind of podcast are you listening to right now?
so I've been listening to Joe Rogan Experience, um, and Two Bears, One Cave.
Two Bears, One Cave. Who's that?
So
That's
that's
Kreischer
um,
or Kirshner?
Yeah, Kreischer, and what's the other guy's name? I'm terrible with names.
No, so am I.
It's
Oh,
funny. It's funny stuff. Um, oh, I just seen
Kreischer.
in the comments Nickelback. I actually do like Nickelback. They I don't care what people say. They fucking rock.
Yeah, you know what? I had a feeling you would say that because when I was putting my story up about reminding people that you were coming on tonight and my trivia night, I used a Nickelback song. I'm like, I feel like you dig Nickelback.
Yeah, well, I grew up on Nickelback, right? So,
Of course,
um,
Alberta, right? You're
yeah,
from Alberta.
yeah, yeah. So I think their hometown's like 2.5 hours north of me. So
Well, did you see them at the Junos?
I didn't. I Right now we don't have the satellite or anything, so we haven't been watching. We were watching a whole bunch of Netflix, and then Netflix came out with their new rules, and I got
That
cut
was
off
actually
from
my
my.
video that kind of blew up. I did a thing basically saying let's boycott Netflix.
Yeah. Well, my sister, she messaged me the other day, and she's like, "So you're gonna have to get your own Netflix." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And she's like, "Well, with these new rules, my kids can't watch it." And I'm like, "What? No way! Like like I'm your brother. I'm obviously more important.
And I'm gonna put my little tagline in there too.
Yeah.
It's amazing the speaking of your tagline, like the Super Bowl thing with Dave Grohl. When I watched
Yeah.
that, that was the first thing that I thought of when the guy said it. And I was like, because, and it's funny because you get hate on that, obviously, saying like, "Oh, you didn't come up with that, whatever." But I mean, it's in the dramatics of it, and it's how you say it, and there's a
Yeah.
certain tone to how you say it, and that's your ownership. It's like, tons of actors in movies have said lines, and you repeat it the way they say it. So
Yeah.
you take ownership of that. But the one no way, I was like, that's totally Crown Royal should have had you behind that soundboard.
I got so many messages like, "Oh, you must have got paid millions for them using it." And I was like, "I didn't get shit. I never heard nothing from them."
Right.
And like I got sent that video so many times. Like, "Have you seen this? Have you seen this?" And then there's a guy, I think he's from Ontario, and he does a lot of Canadian. He compares Canadian stuff to America,
Oh,
and so
Joseph.
he
Joseph.
yeah.
He's from Burlington. Me and him are good buddies.
Okay, so yeah, he did a video on that where he fact checked everything that they said in that commercial, and then at the end he said, "And I don't know if these guys know, but they quoted a notable Canadian TikToker."
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. I never heard anything from him, but I think they've probably seen my videos.
Oh, for sure. I mean, come on, dude. You have as many followers as like the population of Calgary. Actually, more. I think a million over that.
Yeah,
So and everyone's on TikTok. Is TikTok. Speaking of TikTok, obviously everyone's like wondering what's going on with TikTok. How does that make you feel? Going from 100,000 to suddenly a million to 2.3, and then they say on the platform that you've grown the fastest on and you've made a community out of, we're probably going to go away. That sucks, right?
it's yeah, it's fucking crazy. Um, like not only just for the like my what no way page, but like my business page has grown directly because of TikTok. Like we've created another income for our family. Like TikTok has provided a lot for us, and to see what how they're trying to railroad it and get rid of it, it's like it's going to affect so many people. And I mean, right now it's looking like it's going to be just the states, but I mean, Canada follows suit with everything.
It's a matter
So
of
I would,
time. Matter
yeah,
of time. But I truthfully, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't.
I yeah, I don't think it will. My fingers are crossed that it doesn't. Just because like you watch the video of them like drilling the TikTok CEO, and they had no fucking clue what they were talking about.
Oh, dude, it's so
But
crazy. Like those guys, it's like when they had Mark Zuckerberg on there and they're like trying to understand how Facebook works. It's like none of
yeah,
these guys are qualified to understand like the modern technologies. It's like, all right, how about you guys stop telling women what to do with their bodies and this
yeah,
and that and the other thing, and like don't worry about TikTok. Like that's the least of your
yeah.
worries.
Yeah, but
uh,
it like if it did go away in the States, I mean, that's gonna really like like Chris Cherry is saying in the comments, it's gonna really push the Canadian content creators a lot. Like it's gonna boost them,
yep.
and it'll be good for the Canadian people until something happens. But that's why like we've been put every time we go live, it's like we tell everyone get on the Instagram, get on our Facebook,
Yeah.
and follow us on there. And we're never like we won't ever go away, but
Yeah.
we just won't have as big a platform really, right? So
Yeah. Well,
it's
I mean,
just crazy how fast you can grow on TikTok.
yeah, and I mean that's the coolest thing is it's. I mean, I think the way I haven't really analyzed. I'm not a professional at this, but I mean, what I see though is that it pushed the app pushes to so many new people rather
Yeah.
than just your followers, and that's why, like, and they recognize those things. And I think, and that's what I like personally as a user, just like going through it. Like, I don't want to follow the people or look at all the content that I'm already following. I want to see something new that I don't haven't seen, right? And I
Yeah.
think that's I mean, they copied Instagram copied their reels essentially. Like,
Yeah.
if you're on Instagram, your reels are getting more views than your posts and stuff like that. So
Oh yeah, it's crazy. Like I put a post up on Instagram and get nothing out of it. I put a reel up and it blows up on there too. So it but
and
like the
it's always the ones that you
followers.
have no expectation for. You're like, okay, this is a funny video, and I'm gonna probably get like lots of
Yeah.
hits, and it gets nothing. And then the video that you're like, you spend no time thinking about is the one that like pops off and goes
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, it's a fascinating beast, which you're experiencing every day. How does your page look? Like, I mean, when you wake up in the morning, you just like look at your phone. Like, is there like a max of how many notifications you can get through? Like, it just must
Uh
be impossible to
yeah,
navigate.
so it says so for followers, when I first open the app, it'll bring up a little blurb at the bottom that tells you everything. But if you blink, you miss it. And then yeah, so everything maxes out at 99 plus. But it's pretty cool when you got a video that is really hitting and you're getting followers from it, and you open up the app, or like you close the app right down, reopen it, and that little thing pops up and you catch it and it says like 30,000 followers. Like that's pretty cool feeling. It's
It's insane. That's like, yeah, the numbers are just wild. I couldn't imagine that. Like I said, when I was getting notification, I'm like, geez, what the hell's going on here? And I feel like overwhelmed. And you feel like you owe it to people to like respond to them and comment on their comments and engage. Like, you got like the Gary Vaynerchuk
I
in your head being like, this is opportunity. You gotta go. It's
Well,
crazy.
like there's a couple videos that I posted, and so then I tried keeping up with the comments and like right back like hey thanks or whatever,
Yeah,
and liking them all. And then I went out of the app for and went and did something for like 20 minutes, and I come back to keep liking. Well, then there's like 10,000 comments and I can't keep up. It's
totally up. But that's, I think like lives, I think the other aspect to TikTok are these lives and the engagement that you get on lives with the people that, watch your content on the, constant. You can actually like say, hey,
yeah.
what up and stuff like that. But I was watching you the other night, when you were doing a live, and like, the gifts come up, and I could see you like say, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And then like, you start to keep going on with your conversation, and then they just keep
Yeah.
popping up, and you feel like you have to owe it to them to be like, I thank you for the gifts again. It gets
I
almost in the way.
really I really try like so before we hit 2 million, I used to be able to keep up with all the gifts. Like I mean, every single person that gifted, I was thanking. And then
Yeah,
as soon as we hit 2 million, and now we're like we usually have 600-700 people on, and it I just can't keep up.
of course.
And
Yeah,
it's not that people are sending huge gifts. It's
yeah,
just like you want to acknowledge them, and that's what I like about the live is that I can engage with the people that follow me and stuff like that.
yeah. As a viewer, I think you do a great job. I think I do a shit job when I'm doing it, but I think for the amount of volume that you have, I think you do a fantastic job with it. I just want to mention to people that are in here. So when I do lives, I do mostly trivia, Canadian Trivia Night every Thursday. So we donate all our gifts to the Gord Downey Chaney Winjack Fund. And there's also a link in my profile to donate to that charity. So anyone in the chat want to, put some money towards a good cause, that's the way to do it. So just want to put that little plug in there.
Yeah, no, right on.
Yeah.
We're so yeah, we were trying to think of something that we could do. So so on my lives, I usually like if I get 5 subscribers or something, we'll do some sort of silly food thing like Oreos and mustard or something like that, right? And the the food's gradually gotten grosser and grosser that these people are coming up with. And so I was like, you know what? Like I've seen people do like the lives and go for like daily ranking and stuff like that on like one chip challenges.
Yeah.
So I, stupid me, went and ordered the one chip challenge and
Saw
announced
that.
that I'm going to be doing that. And like I was talking with my wife, and so we're going to do the one chip challenge to try and get What No Way onto the daily ranking, and and then we're going to donate a portion of that to um either something to help like abused women, and because my wife, she had a rough time at one point in her life. So and yeah, like we're gonna help her out too. So she's been missing a tooth for a while, so we're gonna trying to raise some money to fix that. And everyone's
Nice.
like, oh well, you're in Canada, that's free. I'm like,
Yeah, no, not quite. It
nothing
doesn't work like
Canada's free. Not There's no such thing as free. Nothing in life is free.
absolutely not. Absolutely not. Well, I think that's great of you guys to do. You know, it's always good when good things come your way, you give it back to the world and it'll just keep
Yeah.
coming. So that's awesome to hear. Yeah, I was in Florida and the amount of Americans that I went to Blue Jay spring training this past week.
Oh, nice.
Dunedin. Nice humid weather. It was nice. But the Canadian dollar is not doing too well.
Yeah,
But the
it's
Americans that
terrible.
came past, same thing. They're like, oh yeah, you got free healthcare and stuff like that. I'm like, it's not free. You see your taxes when you go buy
Yeah,
something. Mine's a little bit bigger than that, but it's fine. Like I love our universal healthcare, but dental not included.
yeah. No, that's right. It's I got three boys, and every every time they lose a tooth and a new one comes in crooked, I just cringe. I'm like, ah, fuck.
Oh, well, you know what's funny? Like when I was growing up, my dad literally like my two front teeth here. He took them out with he literally took me in the kitchen and they were pretty wiggly. Like this one was wiggly. He wrapped floss around it and just held my head and just went. And my mom was like yelling at us. She's like, "You're gonna pay for his braces." And thankfully, I never had braces at all.
Oh, nice.
So I'm doing pretty good. We got Chris Cherry Kool-Aid. I think you talked to Chris not too long ago.
Yeah,
10
you
times would be
betcha.
nice. Great guy, and I believe Joseph, the guy that commented on your on the Dave Grohl thing, the video there, he's on too.
Oh, okay.
Another great Canadian creator. I'm just saying hi to everybody. Jeremy spoke. What up, bud? All three of mine have braces, and they're not cheap.
Yeah,
Definitely not. Well, hopefully the merchandise will help with those costs.
yeah,
Well, dude,
yeah. No, that would be nice.
I really appreciate you taking the time to sit down and chat with me. It's been great chatting with you, and I hope everyone
Yeah, this was fun.
enjoyed this. Um, but hopefully, we can do it again.
Yeah, you betcha. Just let me know when, and I'm pretty easygoing. I'm kind of busy, but not
Dude,
really.
you're
So
like you're a welding fabricating machine. Like you're busy working. And you got three kids. You got four kids, right?
yeah, so I got three boys and a bonus daughter. So
And but yeah, right, the bonus daughter, yeah. So you got your hands full. So I commend you. You're doing a great job. I love your content and keep on
yeah,
going. But you're doing awesome. You're keeping Canadians proud.
yeah. Thank you, appreciate it.
All right, buddy. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, bye.